Hello everybody, this is just going to be a short video because I'm so excited to finally unbox this parcel that arrived in the mail today. I ordered this one on Friday and it showed up today, which is Monday, so I definitely wasn't expecting it to get here this fast. So I have been wanting to get my hands on the Coffee Monsters Co. and Esterbrook collaboration fountain pen for the longest time. It's currently sold out on both the TCMC website and the Esterbrook website, so I honestly thought I'd miss my chance. But then I got really lucky because I'm part of a stationery buy and sell group on Facebook, and I came across a post where someone was selling the matching ink, which is the Forgotten Iced Coffee, and I just sent her a message if she happened to be selling the pen as well. As it turns out, she actually had a brand new spare one, and she told me she'd originally ordered the pen with three different nib sizes so she could decide which one she liked best. She ended up keeping the fine nib, which worked out perfectly for me because my go to nib has always been a medium nib. So, this is a brand new unink that she was happy to sell as a bundle with the ink. I was honestly so excited. And then I had a little feeling that she might have the other collaboration inks as well. So I thought it doesn't hurt to ask. So I asked if she happened to be selling the Robert Oster inks. And she told me she had an unopened bottle of the Murky pond water. She gave me such an amazing price for the whole bundle, which I was incredibly grateful for. It also saved me quite a bit because if I ordered directly from Esterbrook, the international shipping to Australia would have been so expensive. So I feel like this was one of those right place, right time kind of moments, and I'm so happy it worked out. Anyway, I've been yapping long enough. Let's open it up, and I might start with the pen first before we get to the inks. Okay, I am so excited to finally have this in my collection. This pen was released, I think, last year, and I'm not actually sure if there's been a restock since then. I did sign up for the restock notifications on both the TCMC and Esterbrook websites, but I haven't heard anything yet. So I'm really glad I happened to come across this listing. And one of my favorite things about this pen is that every single one is unique because of the acrylic swirl pattern, and apparently no two pens are exactly the same. Oh, it is so pretty. I actually like my coffee on the milkier side, so I feel like the swirl matches my coffee preference perfectly. And I also love that the pattern on the cap is quite different from the swirl pattern. I think that the contrast makes it even more interesting. I did get the medium nib, which is my favorite nib size. I feel like you can never go wrong with a medium nib. Oh my goodness, the little emoji engraved on the nib is so cute. It's such a small detail, but I think that makes the pen feel even more special. Okay, let's take a look at what's inside the box. I really love the artwork on the box as well. And I think this is the warranty card. It comes with a cartridge. And I love that it comes with a sticker sheet. Oh, this is so nice. Now, I have to be honest, I actually haven't ordered anything from the Coffee Monsters Co. before. I've watched Helen's journaling videos for years, and I've always admired how supportive and passionate the journaling community is. But it wasn't until a friend gifted me these two TCMC sticker sheets, and I started using them in my journal, that I became really curious about the brand. Since I already love fountain pens and inks, I thought this would be a perfect way to enter the TCMC world. Although I have a feeling this is only the beginning, and I can already tell this rabbit hole is about to get a whole lot deeper. Okay, so one thing I really appreciate about this pen is that compared to the other Esterbrook STs, the design is much more subtle. Like it's simple, elegant, and it doesn't feel overly busy. I'll just put the pen on the side for now. Okay, so let's move on to the inks. I feel so lucky that I was able to get the matching Esterbrook ink to go with the pen. I also know there are three Robert Oster inks that were released as part of the collaboration, and I'm really happy I managed to get Murky Pond Water. Hopefully, one day I'll be able to add the other two to my collection as well, but for now, I'm more than happy with this. All right, let's crack this open and see what Murky Pond Water looks like on paper. And for the ink swatch, I am going to use my Tomoe River notebook. And I'm also going to use this glass dip pen. I'm so excited to open this one. Okay, just a quick disclaimer, describing inks isn't my strongest suit, but I will do my best to share what I see. So this is the Robert Oster Murky Pond Water on Tomoe River paper. And I actually really like this one. It has some really interesting undertones. When I first swatched it, I noticed it has a dark gray color, but then as it dries down, I started to see hints of green, turquoise, and even a touch of lavender coming through, especially in the lighter areas. So the shading is really nice and it gives the ink a lot of character. And I can also see why people would say this ink looks different on various types of paper. I have a feeling that the undertones would become even more noticeable with a broader, wetter nib. And, I am using a glass dip pen. But overall, I think this is such a unique, earthy color. It's subtle enough to use every day, but interesting enough to keep you looking at the page. Okay, so now on to the next ink. This is Forgotten Iced Coffee. This is by Esterbrook. I really like the small details here. It's like the ingredients to the ink. 30% Esterbrook, 30% The Coffee Monsters Co., 15% coffee grounds, 10% Arctic ice cubes, 9% oat milk, and 6% unknown sparkles, not safe for consumption. I think that is a very quirky touch. You know what? This is actually my very first Esterbrook ink. I also love how the bottle has that little emoji on the label holding a fountain pen. It's such a cute little detail and it really ties the whole collection together. I've actually seen quite a few swatches of this ink online, and if I'm being honest, I was a little bit worried that it might be too light for my liking. I do tend to gravitate towards darker and more legible inks, but we'll find out together once we swatch it. I have to say, it really does remind me of an iced coffee that's been sitting on the table for a little too long. You know, when you order an iced coffee in a cafe and then all the ice has melted and it's become really watered down? That's exactly what this color reminds me of. It's this really soft, muted beige with a hint of warmth to it. From what I can see, it looks like a fairly low saturation ink. The shading is quite subtle, and I'm not really noticing any sheen or shimmer either. I think this is one of those inks that's more about the overall aesthetic than making a bold statement on the page. So even though it is a lighter brown, I still find it very readable. Now, I did use a glass dip pen in writing this one, so I'm not really sure how it would perform or behave with a fountain pen, but I think this will be more better with a medium or broader nib. So if you're someone who enjoys warm neutral inks but wants something a little different from your typical coffee browns, I think this one is a really nice option. Overall, it is a comforting, understated color that feels perfect for journaling. I think this is also good for sketching or just adding a bit of warmth to everyday writing. So here are both ink swatches side by side. They're both beautiful, but in completely different ways. Forgotten Iced Coffee has that soft, muted coffee aesthetic, whereas Murky Pond Water has a lot more depth and contrast. I'm still not entirely sure which one I want to ink up first. So if I'm gonna bring out the pen, oh, I think I put this in the wrong way. I have to admit, I think the Forgotten Iced Coffee is such a perfect match for this pen. Like, even just on camera, it looks like the perfect pair. But I am definitely leaning towards Murky Pond Water, mainly because I usually like my inks to be a little more legible for everyday journaling. And I think this one suits my writing style a bit better, although I will try this one probably later on. So for now, I'll probably ink up the pen with Murky Pond Water. And then after I finish my first fill, I will refill it with the Forgotten Iced Coffee. Yeah, this pen also comes with a free converter. Oh, I hope I won't make a mess. Oh, okay, it's not pulling up any ink. I don't know why. Oh, there. Ooh, now I have ink on my finger. I usually like filling my pens using a syringe, but anyway, I've already committed, so. Okay, so now that I've inked up this pen with Robert Oster Murky Pond Water, let's do a writing sample. This is very satisfying. Now, the pen is very comfortable unposted, although I usually post my pens, and it's not very back heavy, this one, but yeah, I'm just going to use it unposted for now. So this is the Esterbrook and the Coffee Monsters Co. Okay, this is really smooth. There's very little feedback, and it feels like quite a wet writer as well. Now, one thing I really love about Esterbrook pens is that the nib units are interchangeable. So since I actually have two other Esterbrook pens, so it will be really fun to swap the nibs around and see which combinations I end up liking the most. So here is a close-up of the writing sample. So overall, I absolutely love this collection. And I'm so happy I was able to find the inks and oh, sorry. Oh my god, I'm so clumsy. I'm so happy I was able to find the inks and the pen. And I can't wait to start using this pen in my journals. And if I ever manage to get my hands on the other Robert Oster collaboration inks, I will definitely do an update and let you know what I think of the complete set. Well, I think that's all for this quick haul video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!